Dexy, I know you're gonna kill this shit.
Yo, people, what you telling me? We're back again for another footy talk. Marv, bro, half time against PSG, blood. What you telling me?
I told you, man, party, big miss, bro. Massive miss, bro. Massive miss. Because the thing is, when the match started, I just saw PSG scored after 2 minutes. And I think PSG, like, they're not killers like Barcelona. You see Barcelona, yeah? If they score after 2 minutes, it's going to be a 7-0 thing.
Yeah,
like, their attack is nasty. Whereas PSG, you can see that, like, when they get comfortable, you have a chance, and the defense ain't the best either.
Yeah, they get complacent, innit? Like, bro, I always said it with them, man. Yeah, PSG, yeah, they go 1-0 up and they play like they're 5-0 up, innit?
Yeah.
And they give you chances.
Yeah, and I think Arsenal, I feel like with we had bare chances, bro, in that game. Obviously, they had chances as well, but we had clear chances, bro, to have scored. The Martinelli one where he's run through 6-yard box and he's kind of did a few. Their goalkeeper was
that and the Trossard one.
Yeah, and there was a couple still, but I feel like with the miss of Partey, because basically the way Arsenal play with Partey is Mourinho drops into midfield when we haven't got the ball.
Yeah, and you have the extra man, and Trossard can't do that. And,
So we basically have 4 in there.
yeah,
We have 4 at the back and 4 in midfield, and then we have Saka and Martinelli that can just bomb on in it. Do you know what I'm saying? But they tuck in as well. So as a defensive unit, it's cold. But then going forward, we hit you on the counter. But then when Partey wasn't there, Marino now has to be as mobile as any midfielder, and like he's not.
But this is why I said, you guys, in the build-up to the game, I said I would have still played Marino up front, and I would have brought in a Jorginho or Zinchenko or someone into midfield, bro.
Yeah,
if it's not broke,
that still.
Don't fix it, bro. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't broke, don't try fix it. You don't bring what's his name, Trossard in as the false 9 because he can't do the midfield job. Do you know what I mean? So his presence as the extra man in the midfield, it doesn't mean anything because he can't play in there. Do you know what I mean? So what Arsenal did well against Real Madrid, is what they should have did, that is what they should have did also in this game, bro. So I think that the manager picked the wrong team, personally.
Yeah.
I think he picked the wrong team.
I think at halftime he could have made that change, bro, or 60 minutes. You could have made that change where you brought on Zinchenko and you put Marino up front. But I think, remember, what's his name? Jorginho broke his ribs or cracked a rib or something like that. So I don't know. I don't think he's fit.
Yeah, well then, bro, listen, you've got Ethan there, you've got Zinchenko. Surely do something.
Yeah, but I think Ethan's more attacking, innit?
Yeah, then play Zinchenko then. Zinchenko's dead food, but still play him.
I think Zinchenko in midfield, if he doesn't have to have, remember Zinchenko, his problem is when you isolate him, you get skinned in it. So in midfield, you don't get isolated. You just got to play, and he's defensive. So I believe, but I think it's one of those games where it's such a big gamble to put Zinchenko in there that Marino is actually a midfielder. He is. So really and truly, putting Marino in there shouldn't be a problem. And Trossard has been on form. I think he scored like 4 in 3 or 3 in 2 or something like that. So Arteta's thinking you deserve this chance, this call up, but unfortunately, PSG was they're a hard team, bro. Like in terms of they play their wing back. I mean, their fullbacks bomb forward.
Yep.
Like Dembele was like all over the gap. He had a free roll, so Arsenal found it hard. But after the first 20 minutes, we kind of eased into the game, and then it was more of an even game from then. So, yeah, it's one of them ones, man. But we should have taken our chances. That's in football. When you take your chances, you win games. And that game could have, although they first 20 minutes all them, we had enough chances to leave that with a 1-1, a 2-1, even a 3-1. Obviously, they had chances as well, but I'm saying...
but on another day, that could have been a 5-0 to them, you know, the ones. And that's that's the thing with football. It's like, you need to understand, there's pivotal moments in games, that in a lot of the big games, there's always one point where you say, yo, like, if this happened, this could have happened, bro. The turning point. Just like the Mbappe 1v1 against you lot in the Real Madrid game. If he scores that and they go 1-0 up at the Emirates, different game. Whole game's different. Man, don't get 2 free kicks are getting scored that day, bro. If Mbappe scores that, them free kicks don't happen. Like, this is how football works, bro. There's always pivotal moments. When you look at the moments that they had and the moments that you had, even if everything went your way and their way, they still end up winning that game comfortably. Like, this is what it is. You had 2 big moments for me. And when you look at it, when you look at their situation, obviously you had the goal disallowed for the offside, but at that point, we're playing for the set pieces because nothing else was working. So it was just a mad game. Like, there's a penalty that they could have had. There's the save that your keeper made from Doué's shot. There's the crossbar chance from Gonzalo Ramos. There's the 1v1 chance with Barcola that he dragged. And there's also the great tackle from Saliba as well, bro. The last-ditch challenge that he made as well. Those are 5 chances. Those are 5 chances. And you only need one of those to go in, or 2 of them, 2 out of 5, and it's all of a sudden, it doesn't flatter them to score. It doesn't.
But that's what I'm saying. They've had those chances. They've missed those chances. And Arsenal, you had chances. So against the run of play, sometimes, like, you have to score. Because,
of course,
you know what I'm saying?
That's how you affect the game. Yeah, for sure. That's how you swing the momentum in games. Like, even when it's against the run of play, when you score goals, that's what swings the momentum. It's the moments. It is the moments that swing the games. When you had your opportunities, this is where your lack of quality, from open play that's been showing all season, this is when you paid for it. This is when you paid for it, because there's been loads of games this season where you haven't played well and you've scored from a set piece, bro.
But there's been loads of games. There's loads of games we haven't played well. No, sorry, there's been loads of games we have played well and missed bare chances.
Exactly.
So it's really his head again. Do you know what I'm saying? Where like, you should be put, because put it that way, that chance with Martinelli, if that's Isaac, it's in, bro. If that's
maybe so, you know, maybe.
If that's Isaac, we saw against Liverpool, like we saw in the final.
But bro, I've seen him miss bare chances. No,
he misses chances, but you see, like Isaac, like he misses chances. But when it's a clean, like one on, like when it's clean that he can hit it, it's in, bro, or it's on target. Like Martinelli's chance, brother. Come on, man, you're in the 6-yard box, bro. How do you not finish that? Because if you saw the ball get stuck underneath his feet. And it was too close to him, so he couldn't get out. But I'm like, bro, did you see Yamal's goal?
Yeah, of course, yeah. But Yamal is Yamal, though.
Look at the difference. I don't know if you saw it, but when he's done the first man, he's run into the box, and basically he didn't just side foot straight away. He took a touch with it out of his right foot.
Just to open up the angle.
Open up the angle, and he's gone bang. Bare man don't do that, bro. Like certain man would have just shot the first time. And
the ball's under your feet,
to save it. Whereas that one touch, when he's opened it up and just gone bang, he's given the keeper no chance, because the way you've set it, your body's just curled it. It's hit the post. All you heard is Kong, goal, bro. Yamal was moving stupid yesterday, bro. Oh, brother.
Yeah, he was moving. He was moving warm yesterday. Yeah, he's nuts, bro. And it's one of them ones where. What I like about he plays like he doesn't respect these men, and rightly so. He shouldn't, you know, them one, because bro, like them man are not on his level. Like that's the reality. Like what he's doing to these man it's abuse, bruv. It's abuse. What I'm seeing man doing, and he's doing it, and he's kind of doing it like
he's having fun with it as well.
Yeah, he's having fun, but at the same time, he's not smiling. Like you know them ones.
And he's doing what you know. What's mad about with football? When a man. There's certain players that do what they can do. Certain players do what they can in a situation, and certain players do what they want in a situation. Yamal does what he wants. You know, that certain man, like you might see Salah running, and because a man's made him go this way, he will still spin him, but you've sent me this way.
Yeah.
Whereas Yamal's like, no, I don't want to go that way.
Yeah, you want me to go this way? I'm going this way. And there's nothing you can do about it.
A little spin on the ball. Do you see the bit when in the midfield where? He's done that, gone past one man, and he's done a little pirouette thing to Thuram, and he's just gone. Thuram tried to chase him, and Thuram just gave up. You see, you know when you do a man and they don't chase you back, it means you've done them properly.
Yeah. You broke man's spirit. He's like, I can't even chase man no more.
No, chase you down and try and foul you. When a man can't chase you and just gives up, the skill has been so elite that a man said. All right, cool. I don't mind being. I don't mind being a real. I don't mind being.
Nah. He's different, bro. He's different, and the thing is, what I liked as well, it's like in his head, like they were losing the game, and he was like, "Right, you man are losing, but I'm not losing today." It was one of them ones. He's like, "Yo, run me the ball, innit?" Like everything went through him. Everything. He was like, "Run me the ball."
Even when he scored, he was like, "Come man." Then even I don't know if you remember the second one where. He's made what's the brother's name with the blonde hair? He's made man skid off the pitch, bro.
Yeah, bro. The wing back, bro. The Marco blood. Yeah, he killed him.
What? Then he's shot and obviously someone's hand hit and it's hit the bar. And one of the brothers has been like, he's like, come on, man, let's do this. I'm like, brother, like the mentality is nuts.
Bro, he's a monster. You know what killed me as well? I seen it in the game, but I don't know if you lot noticed it, but I think it was, I'm not sure what half it was, but the ref blew the whistle, and Yamal had the ball and he was fuming, bro. Because, bro, he was on the halfway line. This bro thinks he can score, you know. When he picks up the ball on the halfway line, he's like, bro, like I was attacking. Like, he's like, bro, like, I was going to score, you know. Like, this bro, when he picks up the ball on the halfway line, he legit thinks that he's going to score, you know. Like, this bro don't respect the size of the football pitch. He don't respect anything.
His ability level's done, bro. And he's got this thing where he does, where, like, he picks up the ball on the halfway line, and he will like dart in and he'll do this outside of the foot pass. Like he'll look for Rafinha or someone, but the pass is so outlandish. He does it all the time. Like he'll just whip it and the ball just go like that. And it normally hits the man, but he's dumb. I don't know what footballer this brother's spirit tapped into. I don't know who this brother's reincarnated, bro. But this brother is 17 years old, is like an Ethan Ranieri, like it's an Ethan, it's like a Kobe Maynard, it's like obviously
they're meant to be a prospects. This brother's a grown man, blood.
You get like a Michael Owen every now and then, or you get like a R9 every now and then.
Yeah.
He's in the mode of like an R9, bro.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. It's a generational thing. Yeah, it's a generational thing. Like it's mad. You see, like Hendrick, man's talking about Bobby Charlton and that, bro. Listen, this bro tapped into something else. You know, he chose the wrong baller, blood. Man said Bobby Charlton, bro. Listen, this you looks like Neymar to me, bro. When I was watching Neymar, like this bro. Yeah, he got the audacity, bro. That's the only thing. That's what it's audacity, bro. You can only play like that when you don't care about people's lives, bro. Like, it's just audacity, bro. The way he plays, like, even the fact that man done the little roulette in the middle of the pitch, and man done it, and it's like, he's not even looking, he's not looking for teammates, he's not looking for the ops, he's just playing football. Like, he plays football like he's playing football by himself, like he's outside, and he's kicking the ball against the wall, blood. Like, there's no one else there.
He plays like there's no cameras. He's just playing with his brethren in the park.
Yes, foolishness.
This is the highest level of football he's playing at, bro. Remember, man's already won a European Championship. People forget that.
Yeah, bro. But this is what I mean. And he was an integral part.
It was him and Nico.
Him and Nico Williams. Yeah,
them two were just on a madness on either wing.
Bro, he was integral part of it. And then even the shot that he hit the ball with at the end, man was saying, oh, was it a cross and this, that, and the other? He said, bro, listen, I didn't even see Nico. Not Nico. I didn't even see Rafinha. Brother, he ain't looking for no one. I'll be real. It's like, I'll pass you the ball if I can't do it myself, bruv. And
that's why I say he's sick, because there was I don't know if you remember, I think it was last season, there was a point in time where he was supposed to pass the ball to Lewandowski, innit? And Lewandowski was hotting him up. I don't know if you remember that game, like, and Yamal was like, it was kind of not his first season, but like he was young, he was still a bit like, looking at the older players and like, you can talk to me like that. This guy I saw yesterday is not the same kid from last year.
Yeah. Like, you got to talk to him nicely, bro.
You man ain't telling me nothing. I know who I am now, and I know my worth to this team. If I don't want to pass to you and I want to shoot, I'm going to shoot.
Yeah, he's the talisman, bro.
You know, normally when a man does something, like he'll normally look up at like the brother he hasn't passed to, and he'll be like, "My bad, next one." But he just turns around and jogs off, like
bro. Because they can't tell him nothing. You know the way there, bro. Like you have to keep them feelings inside, bro. You know the ones there. If I shoot and I don't score and I miss the target, don't chat to me, bro.
He's trimmed garbage though.
Oh, it's mad, innit? But bro, I feel like the best footballers always do that foolishness, because it makes them normal, innit? You know what I mean? I can't lie, it just makes them relatable when they got a shit trim or something. Because it's like there's gotta be something wrong with you, bro. Like man's eyebrows are black, a man's got some idiot blonde hair for no reason.
It's not even like tidy, it's just also doing this, bro.
Brother, it's like what's man doing? You know what I mean? Yeah. It doesn't make no sense. It's like he just let his little brother just bleach his hair because he was bored and that, bro. It doesn't make sense. Like, there's not even a fade with it.
Do you think he's going to get Ballon d'Or out of him and Rafinha?
Bro, he has to get it. What, Rafinha, bro? Get out of here, man.
Nah, I think Rafinha will get it.
Rafinha ain't getting it, bro. He ain't got the PR to get it. You know them ones. I don't think I've ever heard Rafinha speak, blood. You know them ones that he ain't getting no Ballon d'Or, man.
Nah, I think Rafinha will get it. In terms of his season, has been for Barcelona. His season's been crazy, bro. Like and he scores very important goals, bro. Like he's always chipping in with an important goal, like always. Even like, and remember he's their captain. And what's mad about Rafinha is they wanted to get rid of him in the summer, innit? Barcelona, they needed money, so they were going to sell him, and he was like, "No, I'm not going nowhere." So they kept him, and he became their captain. And like he's literally after Yamal. No, but he's been their best player this season. Ask anyone, like he's been their best player this season. Yamal, yes, has been a madness, but Rafinha, in terms of important goals, has been nuts, bro. Even the goal he scored. Do you know what?
That was a ripper still.
Do you know what it was cold? Because it wasn't even a fluke. Like they practiced this. You play the corner in, I'm gonna run over the ball and a man is gonna just
it's from the training ground. Still,
that means that your shot is that good that a man know from that distance you're gonna hit the target. That's nuts. You know what I'm saying? This is not what Arsenal do when there's 5 man and then we break up and then we just no. I'm part of the Saka 35 yards out and he just bangs it top bins.
No, I hear it, bro. But you know, bro, even the Arsenal thing, yeah, bro. I can't lie. These men are dumb, yeah. You see, when you man run offside, if that's me, I'm telling all my players, just all of you lot run up like 10 yards, bro. Like, bro, man in the box, yeah, standing offside. I say, bro, you man can stand there. I'm moving my defensive line 10 yards up, bro. Now you need to get on side. Like, what we doing? Like, I can't believe man are just waiting there for Arsenal to run offside, and then the thing is they run offside and then they step in between in the zones, in the gaps after. But it's like, bro, why don't you just take 3 steps that way, bro? Fuck up their whole thing, bro. Like, it doesn't even make sense.
No, I hear it, but
why am I letting them do that?
If you make
I just don't understand.
If you make a mistake with that and one man like plays them on side, then you're done, innit?
I hear that, but it's cool. We're not making a mistake because I'm telling these man, yeah, as soon as they put down the ball, I say, man, them, you know what time it is. That's it. Everyone goes. Everyone steps, my brother. Do you know what I'm saying? Everyone steps, you know, and you don't even have to step far, bro. Just a couple yards to the right, bro. Them man are fucked because they start well offside anyway, and them man are holding hands like, you know, when the man was in primary school and he went on the school trips and that, a man got man out holding hands on the pavement and that, bro. That's what these Arsenal men are doing, you know, playing choo-choo trains and that. That's what they're doing at the back post. I said, step up, leave them man there on their foolishness, bro. Like, every time I see them queuing up at the back stick, you know what they're going to do, bro. Like, just step up. All man need to do. Nearly conceded a goal off that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, the header as well. It's like, the one thing about Arsenal, the delivery, I feel like that's the one thing they genuinely work on in training, is that delivery in the box, because it's almost perfect every time.
Yeah.
Saka or right, Saka or Rice. Yeah. It's almost perfect, bruv. Every single time that delivery under the crossbar. Like, they drop it in the same area every single time, bro.
Monaco, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, bro, that's what you need to do. Leave them, leave players up as well, because what they do is they overload the box, bro. And what Arsenal used to do as well, they used to put players in front of the goalkeeper and drop the ball under the crossbar. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they could afford to put they could afford to put more players forward. So to counteract that, you leave players up, because normally back in the day, teams used to leave a striker up. You know them ones. When I used to play up front, I always, on purpose, used to jog back bare slowly, because I know the manager would tell me to stay up. Man, I'm not trying to be in the box defending nothing. You know them ones. They'll tell man, yeah. Leave one player up. But now they want everyone back, bro. They want everyone back. They've been doing it for years. I remember Drogba used to be on like the front post for Chelsea, bro, and he's a striker. It's like, bro, as a striker, you don't want to be in the box defending. You know what I'm saying? So when you're playing against Arsenal and they're overloading the box and they're putting players in front of the goalkeeper and dropping the ball under the crossbar, bro, leave some players up. Give them something to think about. Give them something to think about, bro. Because that's the only way I see Arsenal getting back in the game against PSG, yeah, is if they scumbag a set piece, bro.
Yeah, but I think when Partey is back in the second leg, I think it's a different game. But my only issue with that is Partey's an idiot, man. Because as I said, if it was like Vinicius is running through and it's 3-2 and you're like, it's the 90th minute or 80th minute and you're like, nah, I need to save this, and you want to pull a man down and you get the yellow, everyone Arsenal looks at that like we get the yellow. But the yellow he got was just stupid, man. And you're just out of the second leg. I mean, out of the first leg. Like, it doesn't make sense, bro. Because the whole game changed. The whole complexion of the game changed, because that was that three in the midfield, Rice and Partey, they kind of defensively are sound, but Partey passes forward with more directness, whereas Rice can drive more. So you've got like a nice balance in that midfield, and you've got Odegaard that's just popping around, buzzing around. Whereas when you take one of them, if you take Rice or Partey out of that midfield, that midfield loses a lot. And one of them has to do, like Rice now has to do more of a job of covering that space that Partey would cover, as well as doing his own job. But then he can't run forward as much anymore. You know what I'm saying? And Marino's not as mobile. So, and then
I think the mobility is the biggest issue, bro. I'll be honest, because Marino's a smart player, but he's slow, innit?
yeah,
And it's one of them ones where Partey reads the game, but he's more mobile. And Arsenal just didn't have. They couldn't match PSG's mobility. And I think even with Partey, I don't think you can match the mobility just because PSG have 3 men that are genuine runners, blood. All of them. Like, they're all runners. They're all clampers as well. Like, they all put their foot in. They all run and they can all pop the ball as well. So it's like their thing is different. Like, the way PSG defend, is not like the way Arsenal defend. Like, Arsenal defend in their 4-4-2 mid-block in their system. PSG almost... their press is ball orientated, so sometimes you might see 5 players around the ball, like, and it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because you think, yo, but what if you beat the pressure? But most of the time, if a player is surrounded by 5 players, they're not going to beat the pressure. Like, they have to be really, really good.
But that's the issue here. That if you do beat the press, you're in. You're basically in on goal. That's what I'm saying. So with Arsenal, that it's like Liverpool. Like Liverpool with Jurgen Klopp. Them man used to play the rock and roll football. Them man used to press differently with Mane and them lot. It was dumb. There's times against Arsenal where I see them pressing and then like Arsenal have made 2 mistakes. It's 2-0.
Yep.
But if you beat that press,
then they're vulnerable. Like, we've seen it the whole time with Klopp. Like, you get into a basketball match with Klopp.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying, so with PSG, I'm sure like Arteta will look at that and be like, because Partey is the type of person that can do that where it'll be Saliba to Timber to Partey, and Partey's just gone bing over the top, and then Saka's in that. He's running. So it's like you kind of got to do that where it's 1-2-3 ping, 1-2-3 ping like with PSG. Whereas, as you said, when you play too much in certain tight areas, they would kind of cloud you, man, and it's an issue. So, but I don't know.
Yeah, but how do you guys get past that? Because for me, I don't believe your players are good enough on the ball, to deal with the amount of pressure that PSG put on the ball, man. Like, the pressure is relentless, bro.
Nah, I think we're good enough. I think Arsenal, in terms of a football playing side, we're still one of the best teams in the league. Even when you saw what's his name? What's my man from Nottingham Forest? The right back, is it Aina? Not Aina.
Yeah.
And he was talking about, they were saying, who's the hardest team to play in the league? Is it Arsenal, bro? It's like the way they play is nuts. Like he said, like they look like they're not doing that with the ball, but they're probing, bro. It's like, says City, when you play City, you can get a rest because a lot of it is in front of you. So you can actually rest. He said, Arsenal, bro, they're always probing. Like, it looks like they're not doing nothing, but brother, they're moving. So I'm saying sometimes when we look at football, we can look at City and Arsenal and we look at them playing the same way, but sometimes not the same way.
Yeah,
so
but I don't see you and City as similar though. Like,
no, I'm just talking about in terms of teams that are playing the ball in it and playing.
The way you move the ball is, to me though, is physicality. It's not the difference between you and City is City don't have physicality. City have loads of the ball and they're looking to create space. Arsenal don't need space, bro. They'll drop the ball on your head, bro, because they got big, strong players that they can kind of wrestle you. You know what I mean? Like, it's completely different. You look at Marino, bro. Like, he's scoring headers and that, bro. Like, he's a big centre mid, playing up front, scoring headers like Alan Shearer, and he's a fucking DM, bro. Like, he's probably Spain's deadest midfielder, and he's all turning into some prolific marksman for Arsenal up front. Like, it's not making sense, bro. It's pure physicality, bro. Like, it's not even.
The difference with Arsenal City is that if Arsenal have a Mamouche or Arsenal have a Haaland, it's nuts.
Yeah, but I would argue that if you have a Haaland, you wouldn't be able to get the best out of him because the way that your system is built, it's not built for a striker because you don't create chances for a striker like that. Your chances, like a lot of the chances Marino gets, if you look at the goals he scores, he's not already in the box. He's arriving.
You know, I hear that, but I'm saying when you got someone like, for example, Saka plays a lot of balls. Remember, I think it depends on who's up front. So when Havertz was there, you saw Havertz getting a lot of chances for Arsenal because of the way Arsenal played. But remember, when Havertz went, Arsenal had to change their style of football now to a more counter-attacking style of football because they know that Mourinho's not going to be up there all the time. So Saka and Martinelli have to like drive in on either flank. So I think if Arsenal knew there was a person like Haaland there, even you'll see the best of Odegaard. Odegaard will be popping more balls forward because sometimes you see Odegaard don't like shooting. You can see, but Odegaard likes to pop ball forward. So if there's a man that's always on the last shoulder the defender. And also, what that man does, he helps you create more space. If Haaland's playing against a centre back and he's always running that way, it's going to create more space in your midfield for your players to operate in. Whereas Arsenal, because we haven't got a marksman like that, we have to create the space because there's not that much space in the midfield because we haven't got someone on the last defender pushing him to say, yo, I want to run in behind you.
I would argue, when I look at Arsenal's players, though, I feel like when I look at your midfield, I think you like to play with that lack of space. Because even when you look at Havertz, Havertz, again, is a player that drops into link up and then he likes to make that kind of third man run and then the pass gets dropped over the top. He gets loads of chances like that, running from deep and you drop the ball into space and he runs onto it. Like if you've got a striker that's stretching the play, and the gaps between your players increase, I don't think, that your players are good enough on the ball, to actually make the most of that.
No,
I don't think they are, bro. Like when I look at Rice ain't a passer, bro. He's a drive with the ball kind of guy. And if you give him too much space, he'll just keep running and he'll just run and then he'll run into someone and get tackled.
But if Rice is running into, remember, you got to look at space as like individual jewels on the pitch. So if you've got a striker that pushes the midfield, the defense back, then that means they're occupied with that striker, and that means the left back's gonna have a 1v1 with Saka. That means the right back's gonna have a 1v1 versus Martinelli. So then now it's about your jewels, isn't it? And Saka's gonna beat that right back more than likely. Martinelli, not too sure as much, depending on what game he has. He could do whatever, but then if you're giving Odegaard space in the midfield, bro, he's gonna pick a pass, bro. Just give him time. He'll pick a pass. And remember, in terms of that midfield, whereas obviously Arsenal have to work with the pressure in the midfield, but you can see it. And even, for example, United, if you give Bruno Fernandes space, it will hurt you, bro. The problem is
100%, but you don't have a player in your team, with the audacity that Bruno has and even the range of passing. Like Odegaard is not going to try and play that 40-yard pass. That's not his game.
Yeah, but I'm saying the damage they do.
You can give Odegaard space. He ain't doing shit.
Nah, I think he'll do something. I think that with Bruno, the difference with Bruno and Odegaard is that Bruno's more of an attacking midfielder in terms of a scoring midfielder. Like give him a chance to shoot. He doesn't even need a chance. He don't need
an invitation. He'll shoot when he should.
He's shooting anyway. Whereas Odegaard needs an invitation. He needs a wedding invitation sent to your house by a carrier pigeon, and he needs you to tell him, bro. It's annoying, bro. That's one thing about Odegaard that I hate. There's times I'm like, bro, shoot. You don't shoot, but because he likes to do the whole intricate.
But this is why Odegaard is better when he doesn't have space. This is what I believe. I believe that he needs to be in a team where he's got players close to him. The way that PSG play, where their players almost crowd the ball and they take the ball off each other's feet and they pop it in between the lines and they almost dare the opposition team to come forward and get the ball so they can move it through them. That's Odegaard's game. Like when you give him space and he turns and he gets his head up, like he's not gonna play the probing pass. He's gonna play the easy sideways pass right there because that's the pass he's confident with.
Yeah, but I'm saying in terms of United, for example, so Bruno would try the 40-yard or the diagonal, and sometimes it will get there, sometimes it won't. But I'm saying Odegaard would do the more tiki-taka, like Barca. Like he'll do the whole pass to you, pass back to me, but we're going forward, pass. Then eventually they're on the edge of the box and they're doing pass. So I get what you're saying, but Arsenal, I think Arsenal look at space in games as a probability. So we look at it like it looks safer to play like this, but the probability of us losing the ball is less. So we're going to keep on doing. Whereas Bruno's on the vibe of the probability of me hitting this pass is 40%.
It's not even 40%. It could be 10%. He'll play the pass anyway.
I'm going to play it anyway. But if this pass pulls off, it's amazing. We're through on goal. If we don't, we'll just defend it. That's how Bruno sees football. Whereas Odegaard sees it more like, nah, play to you. Until I see an opening, then I'll nick it through. I think it's very that different managers see football. And also, I feel like with Bruno at United, it sounds mad, but I feel like he's more in control of what he does than the manager in a sense.
Yeah, he is, bro. He does whatever the fuck he wants, and I don't like that. I don't like the freedom that he's got.
Whereas Odegaard doesn't. I feel like Arteta's kind of, you can see him on the side of the picture, like, I hear what you want to do and I see it, but if it doesn't work, I'm going to chat to you at halftime, innit? So you can kind of, you feel it in the air at Emirates that like, these men have to play a particular way. Like efficient safety football. Like probing safe football.
I agree. That's why I think you're not going to win nothing with this manager, because he's too much of a control freak. It's the other way. It's like, as a coach, you have to trust your players, yeah, because your players win games for you. Like, there's only so much, yeah, fucking your set piece coach is going to win games for you, bro. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like that. And even then, even being so reliant on the set piece thing again is an element of control. It's like most teams, yeah, throughout the history of football that win trophies, they've got their talisman that win them games. They've got their talisman that win them trophies. The reason why, yeah, a lot of football fans hold certain players like near and dear to them, yeah, is because these players won trophies for them or won leagues for them or done something, bro. Like, you know who the instrumental players were, bro. Like, you're not thinking about the manager before the players, bro. Like, there's a reason why, yeah, every football fan can look at a football kit and say, yo, who does that kit remind you of? Or that player. But do you know what I'm saying? The kit don't remind me of the manager. Manager's not playing, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, Arteta wants to play still. He wants to play still, bro. Like, who's the players right now for Arsenal that you're saying, yo, he can win a game for us? If you're being completely honest. And just Saka is the only player you would really say. And even when I look at Saka, I don't look at him as a match winner. I don't see him as that kind of player. He's not Alexis.
Yeah, but I feel like, unfortunately, there's not that many of them players left in football like that.
No, but I think there are. I just think that the managers don't allow these guys to play.
There's players, but I don't think, like, back in the day, for example, back in the day when you watched, like, even when Liverpool played City like 4 years ago, it could have been Salah, it could have been Mane, it could have been Firmino, it could have been Sane? It could have been Sterling, it could have been De Bruyne. There were bare match winners in them teams, yeah. Whereas when you look at the Prem now, and even like back in the day when you had the Drogbas, the Lampards, all these, like, there were bare match winners. Whereas now I don't see football having as many. I think teams have good players, but I don't see as much magic as I did then. Like,
oh yeah, the magic don't exist, bro. It gets coached out of them from a young age.
You know
but I think there's a lot of players that can be given the team more than they actually are. And the reason why they're not is because the manager and the system doesn't allow it, bro. I think that every team has got players with the potential to be that kind of player, bro.
All right, so at United, apart from Bruno, who else have you got that can be a match winner at United?
See, I wouldn't even say, yeah, Bruno, bro. Casemiro can be a match winner. He's done it loads of times. In attack, it's difficult. Ahmad's one of them. It's just that he's injured. Do you know what I mean? Xerxes another one that could win a game for us. Other than that, I'm looking, it depends. And then even Kobe Mino can do it. He's done it multiple times. And then even I look at goals that we can get from the likes of De Ligt and even Harry Maguire from set pieces as well. There's players in the team that can get man goals, bro. There are. Like, every team's got players that can get man goals. Gabriel's a match winner for you lot. He's your centre back. Do you know what I mean? Every team's got these players, bro. Every team's got these players. But I would argue that these players don't affect the game as much a lot of the time, because it's like, man are trying to fit square pegs into round holes, bro. And we're trying to control footballers too much. Not me personally, but I think the systems, the managers. Like, look at Chelsea, yeah? Chelsea, for instance, they have, what's his name? The fullback. What's that French youth's name? Gusto, yeah? Gusto. Last season, Gusto, yeah, was overlapping and he looked bare sick. And then this season, man changed the system and he looks like a bum, bro. Like, and it's not the player, like, do you know what I mean? It's not the player, it's the system. Like, if you've got a fullback that's sick at overlapping, yeah, why would you tell him not to do that?
But do you know what? I think my man at Chelsea is just changing the players, isn't it? So, like, remember, Reece James has come back, so Reece James is really his number one. But then sometimes he plays Reece James as a DM. Like, he don't know what he's doing over there. Like, I just think it's just, and I feel like football's about confidence as well. When you know you're starting every game, sometimes you're not sometimes you're confident, you're happy, but then imagine you've been doing well for the whole season, and out of the blue, a man that comes back from injury, and now the manager's like, "Now he's my number one." It's like it's gonna do something to like how you play in your mindset. So now Gustavo might be doing too much when he plays, or he might not be in the same frame of mind because he knows no matter what I do, I'm not going to start. Like there's bare variables to it. Like because when you break it down, even just I know I've taken this conversation somewhere else, but when you look at Yamal and you look at Sancho, I'm not saying like Sancho is. I mean, Yamal is that much better. Well, he is, but I'm saying in terms of ability, when you look at both players, Sancho should be doing that in the Prem, bro. Like you've seen enough of Sancho to even do like half of what Yamal's doing. Like you should essentially be running games the way you should be running at players, taking them on. Like at Borussia Dortmund, sorry, he was a madness, bro.
I agree, but what people don't understand.
How do you change from that? Do you know what I'm saying? At United, we didn't see the same Sancho.
No, but you know what it is, yeah. You know what people don't understand. Football fans don't understand. Football fans will say, "Oh, it's because of the Premier League." It's got nothing to do with the Premier League. It's got everything to do with the players that he's playing the game with. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like this is the brother, yeah, that absolutely killed Nuno Mendes, yeah, in the Champions League, yeah. And Nuno Mendes has locked up Saka and Salah, yeah, 2 games back to back. He couldn't lock up Sancho. Sancho had this guy eating grass, bro. So Sancho literally broke a record, yeah, on that guy at the back of this guy's head, bro. Do you see what I'm saying? So man can't go on like Sancho can't do it, like, and no. But the difference is he's playing in a system where he's got players around him that enable him to play the game that the way he wants to play it. The thing is, even when you look at if you look at Yamal, the reason why Yamal is so dangerous is not just because he's a good player. Look at the positions that the players on Barcelona's team pick up, bro. He's always got a decoy, bro. Like, because the thing is with Yamal, there's always a player in a position to receive the ball from him, whether he passes it or not. That's the difference, bro. He's never isolated. There's never a time where he gets the ball and there's not a pass on. There's always someone that he could lay the ball off to, someone either overlapping or inverting, or somebody that he can lay the ball to. It's just that he'll choose not to use them. But the options are there. The problem is when you get the ball and you're in isolation, the defender knows you can only go there because there's nowhere else to go. So straight away, the options are cut down, bro. And this is why the movement around the player, whether I can use a player or not, yeah, you're helping me. You're taking players away from the ball. You're opening up spaces on the pitch, bro. Sancho plays in isolation, yeah, a lot when he plays in England, bro. I see it with United. He'll get the ball, foot up, there's no one to pass to, bro. And even certain times with Chelsea as well, he receives the ball and he's waiting for the overlap or the underlap. He's literally standing there, and people are saying, "Yo, why doesn't he run by himself?" But that's not his game. He's always had runners. He had Erling running in behind that way, and Hakimi overlapping, and all these things. And now,
no, I get that. What I'm saying, but Sancho is a player that can beat a man. Like we know he can beat a man.
But so that's not his first. It's not his first inkling, though.
I get that, but at Dortmund, I've seen you do it. It's like, for example, Saka. Like Saka doesn't always beat a man, but he can do it, and we've seen if Saka gets the run on you, he's gone. So it's kind of like sometimes your game varies. I'm not saying beat a man every single time, but at least if Sancho beats a man a few times, whips in the ball, beats a man a few times, and then passes back, people be like, he needs more help. But when you're not doing either of these things, that's when people are like, bro, come on, man, like.
Because he's a safety player, though. He's a safety player. Like he does the safe thing.
But at Dortmund, he was never safe. I get what you're saying in terms of he had runners or whatever, but he wasn't safe at Dortmund. But he'll give you match reels on a Champions League game. Like at the end of the game, they're showing you him nutmegging someone or him doing a madness like at Dortmund. Like he was. That's why he went to United for the 80 million price tag or whatever.
I agree, but at the same time, I think your responsibility is different at every single football team. It's just like Henry at Barca wasn't Henry at Arsenal. Like he had a different responsibility. You know what I mean? He couldn't drop deep and pick up the ball and do whatever he wanted because, bro, you're not Arsenal no more. So when Sancho's at Dortmund, he's their talisman. He was the main guy. No one can't say he wasn't. Like people were watching Dortmund to watch him. It's one of them ones. He was the main guy there, bro.
But what did you say? What did you say to United that he would have when he first came? obviously, I think Ronaldo came at roughly the same time, innit?
Yeah, Ronaldo came and fucked it up, bro, because he was meant to be the big name signing, and then Ronaldo came in at the same time, and then that kind of killed the gas.
Yeah, but isn't that better for him though? Because sometimes, remember, when you're a big signing and the pressure's on you to perform, yeah, and the man are like, yo, like you're the big signing, you got to perform. When Ronaldo came to take the remember, now all the pressure's on Ronaldo. Will Ronaldo be the same Ronaldo, whatever? So you've kind of like got a bit of an extra pass to like, not everyone's looking at you. Whereas if Ronaldo wasn't there, there would have been way more pressure on him to perform. It's like when Havertz went to Arsenal for 60 mil, everyone's looking at him like, you got to perform, bro.
No, the one thing I'd say, yeah, the reason why I understand where you're going with that. The one thing I'd say is I'd rather have the pressure. You know why? Because if I have the pressure, the chances are the team are going to play to my strengths. As soon as Ronaldo came in, everything turned to, yo, we need to just get the ball to Ronaldo. You get me? So that changes the whole flow of the game again, bro. And then on top of that, he's at Man United where man's got Rashford there as well. And then when Oli gets sacked, you then get Ten Hag that buys Antony. Like, he was never... If you spend £72 million on a player, you would think that there's going to be a plan for that player and they're going to build the team around that player. We made the same mistake with Pogba. We spent 90 million on Paul Pogba to not build the team around him, bro. Like, Man United shagged him. Like, this is what we do, bro. Like, honestly, the players that haven't done well at this club, a lot of them, I don't blame them, you know. A lot of them, I don't blame them. I blame the club for buying players and not having a fucking plan for them. Just like you bought Havertz as a midfielder. Luckily, yeah, your manager managed to salvage the striker thing, because if not, that would have been an absolute horrible signing.
Do you know what's mad? I don't think the funny thing is I don't think he bought him as a midfielder like that, you know, because when we bought him, in the pre-season, he was playing in a few different positions, but Arsenal's team was Partey, Odegaard, and I think we had Rice by then. But you
were trying to sell Partey.
No, but the issue with Partey was his fitness. So Partey was never, he wasn't fit for a lot of games and stuff. But remember, he still had Jorginho, and I can't remember who else we had. And I think the issue with Havertz was, you know, Arsenal. And again, Jesus was always injured. So I think he bought Jesus because remember, for Chelsea, he played in that fourth man. Even the Champions League in the final as well, Champions League final, and he scored. So I think when we bought him, we were like, this guy can be used in a variety of different positions. So let's see what happens with him, innit? But I get what you're saying, but my only issue with Man United is one or two players, I can say, yeah. But sometimes when it's more than 6-7 players, then I'm like, I don't know what this is, bro, because you know what I'm saying? Someone said Xhaka was...
No, yeah. Havertz was Xhaka's replacement. He was. Left-footed midfielder for left-footed midfielder. I'm sure that's what it was.
No, I personally don't think it was his replacement like that. Because in terms of... Havertz doesn't do what Xhaka does. So
he doesn't, but he tried to do something different, bro. I think your manager caught life, you know, with the Xhaka thing, bro, because he died, bro.
I think Marino was for ESR. I know that. So ESR,
and even him and Smith Rowe are not similar either. Smith Rowe's more of an attack-minded player. I just think that Arteta caught life, man. That Havertz kind of, because bro, you put him on 300 bags, and you brought him in, yeah, to play in midfield, bro, and bro, like, it cost you the title, bro. Cost you the title playing him in midfield, bro. Like, his worst performances for you lot, and you lot's worst performances were with him in midfield, all of them. So
I think we missed a lot. There's games where we missed a lot of chances. We didn't. Our game management was terrible.
Yeah, that too. But I just think that was a fail. It was a failure of a signing that's been covered. Has been covered up by your manager's ability to kind of use multifunctional players in a way that he can get away with stuff.
Yeah, I think that's why he bought him as well. I think when he buys players, he rarely buys players that can do one thing. Like Calafiori, he bought him as a left back.
Yeah, and a centre back. Like, even when I saw Havertz, I thought the reason why you were going to sign Havertz is because he can probably play on the right-hand side and cover Saka, but I've never seen it. because I've seen Havertz at Chelsea played on the right hand side sometimes. I thought maybe he might use him as Saka backup, use him also as a striker and as a midfielder. So I thought you just saw it. You know what? We're getting 3 players in one.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen him on the right hand side for Arsenal, which is a surprise. But then Ethan came through, I guess.
He can never play there, bro.
Yeah,
right hand side will be tosh,
bro. He can't be much worse than him playing CM, bro.
Nah, do you know what it is? The reason why he plays CM because Havertz is very physical. So like when we play teams like Newcastle or teams like that, there's games where like he'll get stuck in it, and you know that he's gonna get about and use his body and whatever. So that's I think sometimes. But what the problem is in midfield, he's good in midfield in terms of that aspect, but in terms of quality on the ball, like you lack. So you lose that. So you get a physical element and you can compete headers, flick-ons, tackles. But when we have the ball now, it doesn't transcend. It's not as silky. It's not as fluid because he's not that kind of footballer. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I agree.
So I think that's what it is. But yeah, it's interesting. Well, I see someone in the comments saying about your formation and they're vexed. What are you saying about the formation?
Bro, everything's dead, bro. I can't lie, bro. Honestly, yeah, bro, like this manager, bro. I can't lie. It's one of them ones where you know it is with United fans, yeah. They feel like they can't criticize the manager because they think that part of being a Man United fan is just backing the manager blindly just because we had arguably the best manager of all time at the club. Like, it doesn't make sense, bro. It's just like Arsenal fans thinking that you need to treat every manager like they're Wenger, but they haven't won the trophies that Wenger's won. And even Arsenal fans turned on Wenger at the end. Do you know what I mean? So it's like when I look at this Manchester United manager, yeah, like, bro, I'm not of the belief that in life, after 6 months, you can't judge anyone on anything. You know them, man. I'm not of that belief, bro. Like, if you go to a job, yeah, the probation period usually is 3 months, 3 to 6 months. After 6 months, the reason why the probation is 6 months because they know, yeah, that within this time, I can get rid of my man with minimal fuss, yeah. And I think that I would have seen all I need to see within this time, which is reasonable. This manager came into this club, I think in November or something like that. Brother, we're in May. And this brother ain't done one thing that I like. And I'm supposed to just sit here and say, oh, you know what? Give him players, bro. This is insane, bro. If we lose this game tonight, bro, they need to sack this brother. Like, I don't see the point in waiting to the end of the season, fam. I'll be honest.
The only point is if you sack him, you haven't given him a season to get his players in, number one.
He doesn't need his players, bro. You don't need his players. There's bare managers that ain't got their players.
And
Slot ain't got his players, bruv.
And number two, what's the other thing? You're gonna have to pay him out. So that's more money you're losing.
But I don't care. You know, bruv, listen, they're smart anyway, because they gave him a short contract anyway.
Okay.
They gave him a short contract. They didn't give him no big contract. He didn't get no little 5-year deal, bro. This bro got 18 months here with the option of an extra year. So really and truly, technically, this brother's only got a year to be paid out on paper. Like, bro, take your year. He's not even on big money. So it's one of them things where, like, man don't really care about the payout and all these other things. Yeah, you would think that as a business, you have to budget for these things anyway. You know what I mean? Like, you have to budget for these things. Like, the brother's been here long enough, yeah. And the signs are not positive, bro. Because man can say, I need my own players. But I'm like, bro, that's not the job description of a manager. A job description of a manager is to manage, bro. So you need to manage with whatever you have. Yeah. And what you're doing with what you have now is showing pure incompetence.
And make whatever you have better. Improve what you have. And then when you get a chance to improve more, you improve more. Same thing when Arteta came in, he improved the team, bro.
And also, the reason why you believed in Arteta from the jump is because he won a trophy with someone else's players.
Yeah.
He did. Do you know what I'm saying? He won a trophy with someone else's players. And if anything, he's got his own players, and now he can't win one. So it's one of them things where football doesn't always work like that.
But we've seen an improvement as well, though. Although, yeah, I get we haven't won anything, but you've seen the improvement in terms of the level, like the team he inherited with Kolasinac and Mustafi and Guendouzi and Pepe. Lacazette, it's night and day, bro. But there are definitely improvements that need to be made at Arsenal. The problem is we can see the key areas that need strengthening, but they haven't done it. Because remember, as you said, if Arsenal buy a striker, a decent one, the game against PSG might be a different game.
It might be, but
No, I'm not saying that in terms of chances taken, it might be a different game.
No, you're right. But then
the league could be a different league.
Yeah, but do you create those chances because it's a different kind of football, bro? Like the reason why when people say if Arsenal have a striker, the reason why I don't agree with that is because I believe this Arsenal team is built in the image of the manager. He's been there long enough. He spent enough money. So you can't look at this team and say this is not an Arteta team. You can't say that. The reason why you don't have a striker because your manager don't want one. Because he bought.
He wants one still.
He doesn't want one. He bought fucking what's his name, the Brazilian Gabriel Jesus. Yeah. Jesus played on the wing for Man City. He brought in Gabriel Jesus to play up front for Arsenal, and then Gabriel Jesus came out and pretty much said, "You know what? I'm not a striker. I don't score goals." All right, cool. So after that, and that's after you got rid of Aubameyang, and then instead of getting another striker that scores goals, you go and get fucking nobody, blood, and then you turn Kai Havertz into a fucking striker, bro. Who's the last striker that you've gone out and paid money for?
No, I hear that, but I'm saying when Jesus came to Arsenal first season, he done well, like from the back. Remember that the season Jesus.
But he's not a striker though, bro. Like he played wing for City.
I get that, but the season Havertz did come in for Arsenal, he done well, and that's when basically Arsenal didn't do what Liverpool done. Liverpool won the league, but the season before Jesus came, Arsenal finished fifth. I think Tottenham pipped us to fourth. So we got fifth. Then the next season we challenged for the league and we lost it. I think by 2 points or something, or 3 points, something like that. So the change was drastic where Arsenal was like, oh, you were unlucky. But remember, Partey was injured for a lot of the season. Then the next season we got Rice.
Exactly, another midfielder, bro. You've been signing centre backs and midfielders, bro. Mark, if you saw me eating Big Macs every day on stream, and I told you I wanted to lose weight, would you believe me?
No, but remember, you got to look at. Well, look, I get what you're saying, but you have to look at the timeline of Arsenal. So that season we nearly won the league, and we had Jesus. We didn't have a problem with a striker. We didn't have a problem scoring goals. The problem was Partey kept getting injured, and that was our key midfielder. So we've got Declan Rice the next season, and we're like, we're going to push on because now we've got the midfielder we need. But then Jesus keeps getting injured the next season. So it's like, so now we've got, and then Zinchenko as left back is a problem.
Yeah, but you don't just buy strikers to score goals, Marv. You buy strikers because you want to play a certain way. 100%. You get what I'm saying? You don't just buy strikers to score goals, bro. That's the biggest myth. People think that you only look at strikers if your team is not scoring goals. No, you bring in a striker because the striker is the focal point of your team. So if you wanna play a possession style, and you want a striker that's a back to goal link striker like a Giroud, or if you want a striker that's gonna help stretch the pitch and run the channels, then you pick a certain striker, maybe like a Watkins kind of striker or something. Do you know what I mean? Everything. A striker is also something that determines, the style of football that you want to play. It's not just for goals, blood, because strikers are supposed to open up space, open up opportunities for other players on the pitch as well. They're not there to just only score goals. The fact 100%. That Arteta has not targeted an out-and-out striker since getting rid of Aubameyang tells me he doesn't want one. He's been there for 6 years now, bro. Like,
I hear what you're saying, but remember, when we had Aubameyang, what would you say Arsenal's problem was? It's our defense. The defense was garbage, bro. Terrible defense. We used to literally concede
he scored goals
all the time. Yeah, I get it. Aubameyang scored, but we conceded so many goals. It didn't matter. Like we won games, but generally speaking, our defense was horrid, bro. And every Arsenal fan would tell you our defense was bad. So Arteta looked at that and said, "Do you know what? I need to sort out the defense." And as a defensive unit, Arsenal's defense is garbage. We're too easy to play through. A counter attack. You're scoring, so he came in and thought, let me address the defensive frailties. Obviously, Aubameyang's gone, and we've got Saka, we've got Martinelli, we've got other players that are filling in gaps. I think Lacazette was still there a season after, I believe. So we still had Lacazette, but again, he was missing bare chances, So now, obviously, we've got Jesus, he's scoring. So we're like, all right, cool, we've got a striker or someone that fits that mold, that's mobile, that can alternate between the three: Martinelli, Saka, Jesus, nice little blend, whatever. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then obviously injuries have happened to Jesus and Partey. And I think in January, I think he wanted to get a striker. But obviously Edu leaving, whatever, we couldn't. There was no one there was no one really in that position to do the deal. Because I know, well, my brethren worked there, and a few people have been like, there were murmurs at Arsenal that yes, he wanted to be a striker, but
yeah, he wanted to try and get Ollie Watkins. They put in a bid for, but bro,
the bid was shit.
But that was our desperation, bro. And that wasn't even a proper thing, bro. It was a little half-hearted bid, and that, like, it wasn't. Arsenal are one of the best run clubs in the league when it comes to finances. You had money there to get the player if you wanted to spend the money, bro. Like, my point is, yeah, the manager's had 5 or 6 summers, yeah, and he hasn't made a serious attempt at signing a striker when he signed multiple goalkeepers, multiple centre backs, multiple midfielders.
No, you say that, but when we tried to sign 2 strikers, and they were like, no. Tried to sign the guy from Juve. For
Vlahovic you're talking about. Vlahovic. That wasn't no serious sign.
Nah, it was serious, bro.
How come you could spend 100 million on Declan, yeah, and you're trying to tell me you couldn't find money for a striker?
No, it wasn't even the money. He didn't want to come because when he was at Fiorentina first, we tried to buy him for Fiorentina, and he was like, "Nah, I don't want to come. I want to stay in Italy. I don't want to leave Italy."
Then get someone else, bro.
Then he went to Juve, and then he said at Juve. Then there's another striker he went for. I can't remember who it was, and he was like, "I'm not leaving. I don't want to leave right now." I can't remember who it was.
Big Arsenal, you can't tell me that you didn't have a list of players that you could have got, or you're telling me you don't have a striker now because players don't want to play for you.
But you see, the problem is that I feel like the different approaches with players is the difference between Arsenal and United. So I feel like United want a player and they just go and get him. And it's like, as you said, where's this guy playing? Is he even going to fit this team? Whereas I see Arteta looks at it like, you know what? I only want to buy players that I believe will fit somewhere in this team. So if this is not the striker that I want, I'm not going to buy a striker.
But there's multiple players that can fit. Yeah,
I get that. But I'm just saying. That's how he sees it. He just sees it as, if it's not one of the 2 players that I want, that are not going to fit my system, I don't want them. I'll just stay with what I have. Whereas at United or Chelsea, for example, if there's a player available, you might want to say, let's grab him. And the problem is that can work, but if it doesn't work, you get a lot of dead wood in your squad that now you have to get rid of. Because, for example, Mason Mount, you didn't need Mason Mount. Why did you buy Mason Mount?
We didn't need Mason Mount. That was some idiot thing. I don't know why we signed him. I couldn't tell you why.
See what I'm saying that there's certain players, like even Højlund, for example, you needed a striker, but Højlund,
you didn't need him.
That's my point. But someone could argue, yeah, but there's bare striker. Like, you need a striker. Why didn't you get Højlund? But Højlund wasn't a fit for your team. You should have never bought Højlund.
Agreed.
But because you had the money and you needed a striker, and there was a bit of hysteria around his potential, and they gas man that, yeah, Atlanta, this is the next one up, you know, like, buy him or you're going to regret it. You man bought him and he's just doing shuttle runs. Like, he doesn't.
You're right, but here's the flip side to that, yeah? Here's the flip side to that. Arteta came into the club when? What year was Arteta?
About 6 years ago. So I think he came in just before COVID, I think.
So what was that? 2019, yeah? Bro, listen.
Yeah.
Bruv, do you know the amount of strikers I've seen my club sign, yeah? And even if they're not good strikers, at least they've shown intent that we need a striker because they've signed them. So as much as Højlund shit, yeah, I've seen my team sign Højlund. I've seen my team bring Ronaldo back, even though we shouldn't have done that. I've seen my team sign Cavani. Before that, we had Zlatan, we had Lukaku. Look at all these strikers that we've signed, yeah, because we've decided we want a fucking striker, bro. 6 years. You ain't signed one rotted striker. I'd rather you sign 4 strikers and they were all duds, yeah, but you showed the intent that you wanted one, bro. Like, I don't think Arsenal fans can keep saying, because I feel like I've heard Arsenal fans say for the last 5 years, we need a striker, we need a striker, we need a striker, we need a striker. Like, the fans know, the manager don't know, blood.
Yeah, but I feel like Arsenal always needed something. Like, in terms of during Wenger days, we needed a defensive mid, but then we stuck with Coquelin, garbage. There's a point in time where we needed a centre back, and we didn't get centre back. So it just depends. Like, there's always
Wenger's time he had no money though. Arteta's gonna be close to spending £1 billion.
But remember, in terms of Arteta, the overhaul was when you look at the team he inherited in 2019. You look at this team; it's night and day. And obviously, it wasn't. Remember, in terms of Arsenal, we're a very well-run club, but in terms of the transfer market, we don't have that money like that every season. Like even when they bought Declan Rice, but I was shocked, bro. Like I was shocked because when Arsenal buy a player like that, you know they ain't signing another player for time, bro. Like you know already, like Arsenal. Once we make a big money signing, but everyone else is either a free or a loan or whatever. Like Arsenal do the 25 million Brazilian player that no one's heard of.
Yeah.
Or like the Portuguese player. Like we'll get the Fabio Vieiras, we'll get the Martinellis, we'll get.
But I put that down to lack of ambition, my bro.
We'll
like that's what I put it down to.
Yeah, but I look at it like we get a kitty, and it's like you can either spend this on one player or get 2 or 3. It's up to you. But once you spend this money, you ain't getting no more.
All right, then. So this summer, you're expecting Arsenal to slap down 80 million on a striker? Yes or no?
I'm hoping Arsenal slap down some more money than that because we need more. We need cover for Saka.
No, but I'm saying a striker, you have to go out and you need
you
have to break the bank for one because you done 100 million on a Rice, yeah. That really and truly, yeah, you didn't need to spend 100 million, yeah, to get a player of that level. Like you could have got 2 midfielders at that level for 50 million apart.
So who would you say that you would have got instead of Rice?
But it's hard to say because I don't know what he thought he was getting with Declan Rice. I'll be honest, this guy signed Declan Rice as a number 6, yeah. Now he's playing him as a number 8, blood. I think he thought that Declan Rice was a different kind of player.
Nah, I think he knew the Declan he was going to get. Declan.
He didn't sign Declan as a box-to-box midfielder. He didn't. He couldn't have.
Nah, but I feel like he signed Declan as an enforcer and Declan as a busybody in there, as in like he's going to show up my midfield. Like he's mobile.
So what did he sign Marino for?
I think Marino's his cover after the
cover for who? Jorginho?
No. When we sold Emil Smith Rowe, we needed another midfielder because one had gone, and Vieira was going out on loan as well.
But so Emil Smith Rowe's not really a central midfielder, isn't he? More of like an attacking midfielder / wide player.
He is, but he'll still play in that 3 in the middle. Remember, we always play 3 in there. So if you take Odegaard and Rice and Partey, and if someone's missing, you can play Emil Smith Rowe, you can play Marino. Like it's alternating, but overall it's 3 in midfield, and it's one of those 3. So he just brought Marino in. Obviously, after the Euros, Marino had a good Euros. He showed that he could play in a system. He could play football. Like he could kick the ball. He can pass. He was good in the air. He was strong. And remember, Arteta likes players that are physically strong as well. So I think that's one of the reasons why Marino was bought. But I hear what you're saying. But I think that in this season, the end of the season, we need definitely a striker. Because even Liverpool, you can see the difference with Liverpool. Obviously, Salah scored the majority of their goals, but as an attacking force, if Diaz and Jota weren't playing well, they would just put on a Gakpo and
yeah, but this is the point. Liverpool have shown intent by signing bare attackers, bro. And that's my argument is you man ain't done that. That's why no one can't look me in the eye and tell me, do you know what I'm saying? Look me in the eye and tell me that this is what man wanted, bro. I don't believe man really wanted that, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? I refuse. Do you know what I mean? Klopp was like, yo, I want to attack. So we bought bare attacking, man.
But
you get what I'm saying?
But then that's what I'm saying. But when
you're signing bare centre-backs, centre-mids and goalies, bro.
No, I hear that. But even what's mad is that obviously Slot won the league this year with Liverpool, but the same team finished 3rd last year, and we were saying they were saying about Liverpool that they need a midfielder. They were saying Liverpool, you don't need like
they wanted Zubamendi.
Your midfield's dead, but it wasn't even that. It was just the jink of Gravenberg's good enough, bro. Put Gravenberg's in that role with McAllister. Those are our 2 best, and then the other midfielders, either Szoboszlai, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, whoever. But do you know what I'm saying? And Liverpool won the league. So sometimes I get what you're saying, but sometimes it's just a tinkering of the team, or like even United, for example. I don't believe United are a 6th. Like I don't care what anyone says. Your squad is not a 16th place in the league squad.
No, we're not. This manager's flopping big time.
So do you know what's mad? I was having an argument with someone about football, just a general chit chat, and I went back 3 seasons, and United finished 3rd 3 seasons ago.
Yeah. Yeah, we finished above these same Liverpool players that's not won the league with. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You finished third, then the next season you finished 7th or 8th.
Brother,
Liverpool squad, 16th. I'm like,
Liverpool squad that won this league finished below Man United. This is why man can't tell me, that this fucking Man United team should be where they are, bro. I'm not having it, bro. I'm not having it. This is what people forget.
So what? Wait, so obviously, objectively, because I don't really watch you, man, like that. But what do you think is causing United to do this? Because remember, there's a difference between having a fallout where you have a bad run and then you're third and you're fourth or you're fifth, and man, like what's going on? But 16th, like what? Like Wagwan, like as in what do you think is the issue with if this is the same squad that finished ahead of Liverpool 3 seasons ago?
The same thing I said to you about Gusto at Chelsea being a good overlapping fullback and the manager telling him not to overlap. Our manager has inherited a team full of players that are limited, and he's asked them all to do things, that they're not capable of doing. And this is how you see the dysfunction.
Him or Ten Hag?
This is all it is.
Both
no, not Ten Hag. This manager. Ten Hag's thing was the fact that 1, he wasn't a good coach. 2, he wasn't a good manager. I think that Ten Hag, lost the dressing room more than anything. I don't think, he wasn't a good manager. I don't think it was just a football thing with Ten Hag. I believe the players actually like this manager and they want to do well for him, but he's setting them up for failure. Like, that's what it is. I don't believe that the players are not playing for the manager, they've down tools, or else you wouldn't see results like the Lyon result when we're 4-2 down, bro. That's players definitely playing for the manager. I just believe that he sets them up in a way that more often than not we are going to lose, because you're asking loads of players to do stuff that is outside of their comfort zone. That's all it is, bro. So
basically what you're saying is that good managers have a style of football, but they can adjust to the players they have. So if I want to play like this, if you can't play like that, I have to now rejig this team and say, all right, this is, because that's what Arteta done when he got to Arsenal. Like, he had a certain style of football, but he was like, you know what, the players I have can only do this. So, because remember, I think he used to play 4.
He used to play 3 at the back.
Yeah, 3-5-2. So you kind of had like wing back-ish. So, because he knew that defensively we were crap, so he needed more people at the back. So I'm saying
he changed you in stages. That's what he did.
Whereas Almiron, you're saying that he's trying to play the same. He's trying to play the same way he played at Sporting at United with a different personnel.
Well, exactly. That's the thing. And then on top of that, he's not even picking the right players with the right characteristics to do the job he's asking them to do. He's asking players to do stuff that not only is it out of their comfort zone, but it's also not towards their strengths either. Do you see what I'm saying? So he's killing us, bro. Like, he's actually killing us, bro. I wholeheartedly blame him for everything that's happening right now, because I know, if I was to go and coach this Man United team and I picked a 4-2-3-1, and I didn't coach them at all, I just picked the team and I just left them out there to play by themselves, they'd get better results than what they're getting for this manager. Just pick the team and just say, you man just do your thing. No coaching, no training. These men are not comfortable. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. You got man playing in wing-back situations. You're playing defensive players at wing-back, so they're not getting forward. It's a disaster, bro. We're playing a 5-4-1 formation. 1 striker, 5 defenders, 4 midfielders, bro. And should I say 3.5 midfielders? Because Ugarte, man ain't no baller like that. So he ain't giving man nothing. So when I look at this whole thing, it's a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace, man. They always say a poor workman blames his tools, innit? So this manager, I don't have my players. It's because you're not that good, mate. You're not that good, bro. Do you know what I mean? When Mumsy, when we was growing up and Mumsy was cooking us food, bro, do you know what I'm saying? It weren't the most expensive ingredients, but the food always slapped. You know what I mean? Your mum wasn't saying, you know what, I ain't got Marks and Spencer's money, so the food ain't going to taste nice today. That's crazy. That's crazy. It don't matter where we was getting the shopping from, bro. The food slapped, bro. You know the ones. You make the best with what you have, bro.
I saw an interesting argument the other day, and they were saying that when managers say this isn't my team, when does it apply and when doesn't it apply? Because, for example, Arne Slot won the Prem, and that wasn't his team. So
yeah, Arteta won the FA Cup. It wasn't his team either.
That's what I'm saying. So are we saying that when the manager comes in, it's not their team? So if they do win something, then they can't take credit for it because it's not their team? Or are we saying that when they get their players as their team, and then we can judge you off of that? But then it doesn't. Do you know what I'm saying? Because obviously that means that Slot, the league, that's Klopp's league. Then it's not only Slott's league.
Brother, look at this year. What's Ruben Amorim's job title?
United manager.
Well, that's your team then. It's your team then. Do you know what I mean? Because these are the players that were there when you accepted the job. So you accepted the players. That's your team.
Mm.
Now, what are you talking about? How can it not be?
But someone
Sporting was your team, and now this is your team because you accepted the job.
But the difference,
there.
The difference with Sporting though is, unfortunately, them leagues there. It might be a problem with the Prem in general though, in terms of management. Like when you go to Spain, you go to Germany, you go to Holland, any other league in the world, yeah, their managers are grassroots managers. Like so, all the Dutch league, most of the managers are Dutch. Spanish league managers are Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
German league managers are German. Portuguese league managers are Portuguese. So there's like a level of, we know who's the guy man in this league, like in terms of our own league, in terms of, you know what, he's next up. Like he's doing a job. That team's fourth, but you know what, he's going to manage Sporting one day. Like you can see, like, do you know what I'm saying? Whereas in England, we don't have that. And a lot of these men, when they're in their leagues, they get a grace for maybe being Portuguese or having a bit more time.
Yeah, and they don't get it here, and rightly so.
Whereas here, you don't get that grace. You have to, this is the Prem, like, we've bought you as a manager from outside the league because of what we believe you can do. You've got to do it.
Don't do it, you can fuck off.
If you don't do it, there's a higher pressure. So maybe there's that as well, that Bruce Amorim, that Amorim was over there at Sporting and he had time to develop his team. At United, you haven't got that time.
Yeah, you not only do you get time, but you get benefit of the doubt, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? But bro, I'm not giving him benefit of the doubt. You know them ones, brother. If man get in a relationship with a girl, blood, listen, if she's got bad habits from her last relationship, you can't say that's not my gal. That's your gal. It's your gal. Just because she's doing things that you don't like, that she got from someone else, that don't mean it's not your gal. It's your gal. Because if it's not your gal, so what? An ex-man can still smash, yeah. That's crazy. That's your gal, blood. You have to deal with it, bro. You know what I mean? Man can't say this ain't my team. It's your team. It's your team. So what if we win this trophy right now? What is Ten Hag gonna come lift it?
Imagine that happened.
No, but that's how it should be. If this ain't your team, if we win the trophy, Ten Hag should come and lift it and get your medal, bro. You don't deserve one. Then
did he say that though? Did he say that it's not his team? Did he say that?
No, but he's insinuating it though.
Oh, okay.
You know, he's insinuating it's not his team, and this is the excuses that fans are making for him. Oh, it's not his team. All right, then cool. He doesn't deserve any praise when we win. Do you know what I mean? Blame the players when we lose, praise the players when we win. Do you know what I mean? And Ten Hag should get his trophy. Then we're good. We're good.
So if you won the Europa Cup, would you still want to keep him at the end of the season?
Oh, I would. Me personally, if I was the owner, I'd still sack him. However, it's one of them things where I believe that they've got no reason to sack him here if he wins it, for the simple fact that it's not going to be cheap to do. Do you get it? But me personally, yeah, I wouldn't keep him because I see this ending in tears no matter when it ends. Now, I've seen enough from this manager, yeah, that tells me that he ain't got what it takes, yeah, to be a Man United manager long term, bro. Whether it's down to his talent ID, whether it's down to the way he sees the game, whether it's down to loads of different things, bro. Like he just doesn't have it, bro. Like I can't lie.
So what is it then? Because like,
bro, look at you, man. You had Unai Emery, yeah. Unai Emery is a way more accomplished manager than Amorim, and Arsenal fans looked at him and said, "Yo, he's not an Arsenal manager. Whatever an Arsenal manager is, you lot decided he wasn't an Arsenal manager."
Yeah, but I think
he's not a bad manager.
Yeah, but I think with Unai, Arsenal didn't have the time for Unai because remember it was coming off the back of. Did he come after Wenger?
Yes, he did.
He came after Wenger, so Wenger got time because Wenger had Wenger time, innit?
Yeah.
So whereas he didn't have Wenger time, and also remember he brought in a few of his own players as well. So because he brought in a few of his own players, we're like, all right, cool. But what I rate about Emery is that he played Saka, Emil Smith Rowe, Martinelli.
There you go. But you man still
that.
wanted him out because even though he got to a cup final that year and he only finished 5th, you decided it wasn't good enough. Do you know what I'm saying? And Arteta finished 8th twice, and you decided to stick by him. So it's your biases that allowed you to stick by him.
Yeah, but I think at the end of the day, I think it was the type of football and the way they were. I think it was just.
You said it. The type of football and the type of football Amarin's playing shit. So I don't want him.
I think it was the type of football, yeah. But
yeah, it's the football. The football shit. We play rubbish football. It's worse than Ten Hag's. It's worse, bro. No one can tell me that this football's not worse than what we are playing. It's worse, bro. So this is what I'm trying to say, bro. Like the fact that you had Emery got you to a cup final, and you said, "Boom." Like,
that was the thing, innit?
You got you to Europa League final, yeah.
Yeah, and we lost to Chelsea.
Yeah, and you played you played Chelsea, yeah. So, bro, it's one of them ones where, bro, man have to keep it a buck here. It's like a manager don't. As soon as the manager takes his job, those are his players. David Moyes took over at Everton, those are his players. Pereira took over at Wolves, those are his players. There's no, this ain't my players, bro. These are your players. As soon as you sign that contract, the players that you have to work with are your players. That's it. End of story.
But what's mad about United is that most of your signings you've made and most of the managers you made have all been bad. So
because we haven't been run well as a club, bro. We've been run very, very badly as a football club. And that has been rectified in recent times by actually bringing in a footballing setup that was not present before under the owners. So I can blame the owners for that. I can honestly say the owners brought in bad managers. We weren't bringing in the right players, and all that was down to not being set up properly as a club. We were set up for failure as a club by the owners, and this is where I can completely understand where the disdain towards the owners comes. It's not the amount of money they spent, it's how they set up the team. They set up the team to fail. They did. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't believe we're in that similar situation right now. I think we're in a situation right now where we're recruiting, we're being linked with better names, we're bringing in young, promising players now, we're doing all the right things. But this manager is just not, he's not the right guy, bro. He's not in it. I've seen enough. I would love for him to turn it on his head, yeah, and be playing some liquid football and all of these things, but I don't trust how he sees players. I don't like where he plays players. I don't like how negative he is. There's so many things I don't like, and I doubt I'm going to change my mind on him. Like, I'm open to him proving me wrong, but at present, I haven't seen anything that I can say, you know what, he's going to do this. I can't see it, mate. I can't see it. Like, we're playing Lindelof and Maguire in the back three today, bro. The Lindelof and Maguire, bro. Mazraoui wingback. Dorgu and Mazraoui as wingbacks, bro. There's no attacking threat. There, nothing. And then Casemiro and Ugarte in the pivot. And then up front, we got Garnacho, Lindelof, and Bruno. Bro, what? Brother, maybe we'll score a penalty today.
Garnacho, Lindelof, and Bruno. Oh, you mean Garnacho, Højlund, and Bruno?
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Højlund and Bruno.
I was thinking, what, Lindelof up top? Oh.
Yeah, bro, Lindelof would be better up top than Højlund, bro. That front three ain't doing jack shit, bro. I'll be honest, like, I don't know how we're going to score. Maybe a set piece or a penalty or something. Like,
you say that, but I think he's like, he's seen your defensive frailties and he's like, you know what? There's different, like, your team has got, you won't play fluid football, but there's a lot of fluidity in that team in terms of defensively. So Ugarte, Casemiro, Maguire, Lindelof, Dorgu, Mazraoui. Who else in the back three?
Yeah. Lindelof, Maguire, Mazraoui, Euro, and
Euro. So that is 7 defensive-minded players that if one other one's caught off somewhere else or whatever, then as a unit, so maybe he's worked on that as in like.
But here's the wicked thing, bro. We do that every week and we still concede. so you know the ones. Man are playing 7 defensive-minded players and we concede every match. So it's not working, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, Bro, listen, if we had a defense like Arsenal's, yeah, where we conceded the least amount of goals in the league, yeah, brother, I'll be like, cool. This is what we're doing, yeah. Man are just locking up the thing and no one can't score. But we're conceding multiple goals a game, so it's not working. And this is why I'm like, bro, your system's flawed. You can't pick all them defensive-minded players and you're still conceding every week. So, you know what? It's a foolishness, brother. I can't even lie, bro. Like, I cannot like in good faith, yeah, support the football that I'm watching from this manager. I can't, because it goes against everything that I stand for as a human being, bro. Like, this is awful, bro. It's awful. It's treacherous, blood. So, like, bro, it just is what it is, isn't it? Like, it just is what it is. We're gonna find out today anyway, man. The game's starting soon, so. I mean, we're here doing a watch along for that, people. Man said Amarin's mastered the art of playing not to lose, and yet we still lose. Exactly. 7 defenders on the field, and we can see goals. Brother, it's mental.
Man said we could see goals at charity.
Yeah, it's a charity, bro. It looked like a charity game, bro. It looks like man's watching the Sidemen games and that. Them games are all 6-6 every time, bro. Like, that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Sidemen charity and that beta squad and that. So
are you playing Atletico? And the manager about Atletico, them team there, they counter attack's wicked, bro.
Yep. That's what I mean.
Attack is wicked.
That's what I mean, and bro, I think they've conceded the least amount of goals in La Liga, bro. And we don't score goals, so tonight it's gonna be tense, bro.
And they got Yamal 2.0 over there as well, blood.
Bro, listen, if Nico Williams scores after I've been cussing off this bro, today's not the day, you know. I'll be real. Today is not the day, bro. So,
what time is it? 8 o'clock or 1:45?
Yeah, 8 o'clock, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, we're starting the watch along at 1:45, people. You get me? You already know what time it is, man. And yeah, we're gonna see, bro. What's your predictions for the game anyway, blood? I can't see us winning the game. I'll be happy if we do, but I can't see it, man.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll be honest. I don't actually know, because against Lyon, I thought that there will be a problem, but I feel like, you see, United, Old Trafford is still Old Trafford. Like, although like man are still taking Old Trafford for like their ground, there's still a chance of magic, and I feel like that game will give you that belief. Like, even if you go down.
Hey, 1 second, guys. I don't know what happened there. Still, I don't know what happened there. I said yesterday we saw Leo Messi. Today CR7 will turn up for Bilbao. You know it. You fully know it. I think maybe his camera might have died or something like that, guys. Literally, just as man were rapping. You get me? But we'll see. We'll give it a couple minutes, see if he jumps back in. Let's get the likes up, people, man. We got 700 in here as well. So yeah, let's run it up, people. I said the internet disagreed with him, bro. Now that's too funny. I said India probably cut off Mars Wi-Fi, you know. Oh, I'm dead. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, the battery died. All right, cool. Guys, we're gonna wrap. Guys. Do you know what I'm saying? His battery died on his camera. Do you get me? So yeah, bro. That's perfect. So it's one of them ones. We're gonna run it up. You get me? And then yeah, man's gonna be back here for the watch along, people. Do you know what I mean? So if you need to get a drink or whatever, you man already know what to do. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, watch along settings, bruv. That's just all it's gonna be. So yeah, man's gonna do the usual. You already know what time it is. Quick redirect over to the watch along against Athletic Bilbao. And yeah, man, hit the refresh, guys, and I'll see you guys back here.